Starting. Good morning, dear students. My name is Ferhan Mazher, and today is the 2nd of October 2020. The day is Friday, and right now I am with the 10 Cambridge class. The subject we are studying is Physics 5054. And today's target is to work on the MCQs of the heat topic of heat. And last Friday we also worked on the MCQs of the topic of the heat. On the last Friday we worked from 2002 to 2010 papers, and we did the MCQs related to topic of heat. Today the target is to do the winter season. So we will be working on the papers of the winter, and we are working in this particular video. We are working from 2006 to 2010. So let's start with 2006 paper. Yeah, right now in front of you we have a paper that is winter 2006. We are working on the MCQs of the topic of heat. Question number 13 is the first MCQ on the topic of heat. What is the property of both liquids and gases? Which property is good for both liquid and gases? They always fill their container. No, the liquids do not always fill their container. Gas do. They are incompressible. The liquid is incompressible, but the gas is compressible. They can flow. Yes, the liquid and the gas and liquid, they both can flow. That is true. They have molecules in fixed position. That is totally wrong. Their molecules are not in the fixed position. So what is the choice, you think?
C.
So C is the right choice. They can flow. Question number 13. Winter 2006 paper. The correct choice is C. Liquid and gas, they both can flow. Do you understand? You understand?
जी सर.
You understand?
Yes sir. क्या जी?
What conditions of temperature and surface area would produce the most rapid evaporation from
Sir?
a pool of water on a road surface?
सर
Yes.
ये कौन सी ईयर का पेपर है?
Winter 2006.
ओके सर.
What conditions of temperature and surface area would produce the most rapid evaporation from a pool of water on a road surface? So how should be the temperature for rapid evaporation? The temperature should be high. And what should be the surface area? The surface area should be large. So A is the right choice. The temperature should be high and the surface area should be large. So for question number 14, A is the right choice. Do you understand?
Yes sir.
Okay. So winter 2006 paper, question number 15 on your screen. The sensitivity of a liquid in glass thermometer depends on the volume of liquid used and the diameter of the bore of the thermometer. Which changes will produce the greatest increase in the sensitivity? The volume of the liquid should increase because the more the volume, the larger will be the expansion. So the sensitivity will increase. Bore of the diameter should be decreased because if the diameter is smaller, the length of the thread will become larger. So bore of the diameter should decrease and the volume of liquid should increase. So what is the choice?
C.
C.
D is the right choice. The volume of the liquid should increase and the bore of the diameter should decrease. It will increase the sensitivity of the thermometer. So for question number 15, C is the choice. Winter 2006 paper we are attempting, and we are only attempting the MCQs which are related with the topic of heat. Question number 16 on your screen. The energy required to change liquid water into water vapor from liquid to gas at the same temperature is called latent heat of vaporization. What does this energy do? It's a very, very famous question. The answer, you should remember the wording of the answer. That energy which you provide is called the latent heat of vaporization, and that is used to break the intermolecular bonds. It is used to overcome the intermolecular forces. It is used to move the molecules away from each other. It is used to overcome the atmospheric pressure. What is the choice?
B.
B.
You are saying B, baby, B. You said B.
Yes.
You
Yes,
see, D cannot be the answer. The reason is if the average speed will increase, the temperature will increase. If the average
C.
speed will increase, the average kinetic energy will increase, and that will increase the temperature. Ma'am, when the thing converts from liquid to gas, the temperature remains same. It means the speed should not change. It means the kinetic energy should not change. So B cannot be the answer.
A, sir.
The best answer is A. Increase the average separation of the water molecules. Split the water molecules into their separate atoms. No. So A is the perfect answer. It moves the molecules away from each other. Understand? Very tricky question.
Yes, sir.
Question number 17 is on your screen. A 2 kilowatt. The power is given 2 kilowatt. It actually means 2000 watt. The power is given. 2000 watt kettle containing boiling water is placed on a balance. It is left there and continues to boil for 5 minutes. The time is 5 minutes. The balance reading changes by 0.2 kg. What does this information give as a value for the specific latent heat of vaporization? So first of all, just calculate how much is heat involved. You know the power of the electric heater. You know for how much time it was switched on. You know the heat is equals to power multiplied time. Let me take out the calculator. So let's see. So the power is 2000 watt, and it was switched on for 5 minutes, but we don't take time in minutes. We take the time in seconds. So in 5 minutes, how many seconds are there? 5 multiply 60. So multiply it with 5, multiply it with the 60. So the
300.
the heater will provide will be 600,000 joules. So that much heat is provided. 600,000 joules. You see, I just calculated how much heat is provided by the heater. Heat is equals to power multiplied time. The power should be in watts and the time should be in seconds. But now we have to calculate what is the specific latent heat. Okay? Specific latent heat. C, the specific latent heat, is represented with the L. You must remember that formula. Heat is equals to M multiply L. So if you want to calculate the value of the L, the formula will become heat divided by M. Heat is just written on my calculator. We just calculated. Divided with the M. How much is the mass?
सर मुझे इस फॉर्मूला की समझ नहीं आई.
0.2, and the answer will be 300,000 joules per kg. It is not 3,000 joules per kg. So D is the choice. You do not understand that formula. I heard you. And when the state changes, we use the formula heat equal M multiply L, where M is the amount of mass which converted from one state to the other state, and L is the specific latent heat. In this case, the liquid was converting into ice at its boiling point. So the mass which converted into the steam is 0.2 kg, and the mass we know, the amount of heat we calculated, we know the power of the electric kettle, we multiplied it with the time, and we got the heat. So then I use the formula heat is equal to ml. From there I just calculated the value of the L. The formula will be L equal heat divided by M. G. You understand?
G, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. So what is the choice? D is the right choice. Question number 17, D is the right choice. On your screen, question number 18 is showing the heat from the hot water in a metal radiator passes through the metal and then spreads around the room. What are the main processes by which the heat is transferred through the radiator and then spread around the room? So through the metal, how heat would have traveled through the metal?
Radiation.
Through
By
the
conduction.
metal, the heat transfers by conduction. Through the metal, the heat is transferred by the conduction. And then how it spreads in the room? By convection.
Convection.
So through the metal, conduction, and through around the room by convection. What do you say?
B, sir.
So B is the
B.
right choice. B for baby. B is the right choice. Through the metal conduction, and then around the room by the convection of the air, by the convection currents in the air. So B is the right choice. Question number 18. Okay, question number 19 is on the topic of waves. So this was winter 2006 paper. We have done all the MCQs which are related with the topic of the heat. I hope you have understood. Okay, let's take out another paper, and let me do winter 2007 paper. And okay, now we are going to attempt winter 2007 paper, and we are attempting only the questions which are related with the topic of heat. Okay. So question number 13, winter 2007 paper. Topic is heat. We are attempting MCQs. Question number 13, which of the following correctly compares the forces between the molecules in steam, water, and ice? The strongest forces will be in the ice, and the weakest forces of traction between the molecules will be in the steam. So what is the choice?
C.
C. The weakest forces will be in steam, then water, and the strongest forces will be in the ice. So C is the right choice. Do you all understand this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. On your screen, winter 2007 paper, MCQ number 14, topic is heat. On a hot day, a drink in a bottle can be kept cool by standing it in a bowl of water and placing a wet cloth over it. Why is the drink kept cool? You know, this wet cloth, what will happen? The evaporation from the wet cloth of the water will take place. And you know, when the evaporation will happen, it will have the cooling effect of on the remaining liquid. That's the reason. So, what do you think?
D.
D.
Water evaporating from the cloth cools the drink. That's the right choice. D is the right choice. Question number 14, D is the right choice. On your screen right now, we have question number 15. And that question says, which instrument is most suitable for measuring a rapidly changing temperature?
Thermocouple.
Thermocouple is the thermometer which has the ability to measure a rapidly changing temperature. Thermocouple is the right answer. So what's the choice?
D, sir.
D is the right choice, ma'am. D, question number 15, D is the right choice. Okay, on your screen, question number 16 is showing. The graph shows the cooling curve of a hot substance. In which part of the curve is latent heat released? When is the latent heat involved? When there is a state change, and when the state change happens, temperature do not change and the cooling curve becomes flat. So where is the latent heat involved on the graph?
QR, B.
Yes, on the QR, the
So B is
the graph becomes flat. So B is the right choice. B is the right choice for question number 16. I hope you have understood this.
Yes, sir.
Okay, the next question on the screen. The diagram shows the design of an alarm. So here we have a glass container. Here we have a mercury pellet. Here we have a buzzer. Here we have an electric circuit. This electric circuit is connected with a buzzer, which is kind of alarm. This electric path is not complete. You can see here, there is a gap between the path. If this mercury pellet will reach this gap, the path of the electricity will be completed. You understand this idea?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here we have gas in this container. So if the temperature will rise, this gas will expand. When this gas will expand, this gas will push the mercury pellet to the right side. So when the temperature will be rising, the gas will expand and the gas will push the mercury pellet towards the right side in that tube. So if the temperature rises enough, there is enough expansion in the gas, the mercury pellet will be pushed towards right enough that it will reach that gap in the electric circuit. Once the mercury pellet is there, the electric circuit will be completed, path of the electricity will be completed, and the buzzer will start ringing. The mercury pellet moves and completes the circuit. Why does this happen? So choice is yours. Pick the right
D,
choice.
sir.
I just told you the whole
D.
story.
D,
You
sir.
think C, because the temperature rises and gas contracts. Gas contracts. Think again. What is the choice?
D.
सर डी मैं तो कहूंगी कि डी है.
The temperature rises and the gas expands. So what's the choice?
D, sir.
D is the right choice. Ma'am, question number 17, D is the right choice. The temperature of the gas rises and the gas expands. That's why the mercury pellet is pushed towards right side. So D is the right choice. Do you understand?
जी सर.
Okay. Now, question number 18, winter 2007 paper. On your screen, water at the top of a hot water tank is heated and the water becomes hot. No water enters or leaves the tank. Water at the bottom of the tank stays cold for some time. Why is this so? Remember, whenever you want to heat a liquid, the heating should be done from the bottom. Whenever you want to heat water, the heating should be done from the bottom. Because in water, the heat spreads through the convection currents. And by the convection currents, the heat moves upward, not towards bottom. So the most efficient method of heating the water is by heating from the bottom. If you have put the heater on the top And in the water, the heat travels by convection. It do not travel by conduction because water is a bad conductor of heat. So because by the convection, the heat travels upward. So the bottom water will remain cold. The reason is by convection, the heat do not comes downward. And the main reason is the conduction is not taking place. Water is a bad conductor of heat. So what's the choice? What do you think? What's the choice?
C.
What the answer you said? You said B.
C, sir, C.
Yes, water is a poor conductor of heat. That is the right answer. The right answer, the given statements, out of the given statements, the C, water is a poor conductor of heat. C is the right answer. Because water is a poor conductor of heat, that's why the water at the bottom is still cold. Don't forget this question, okay? This is 18, question number 18. Don't forget this concept. Question 19, that's on the topic of the waves. So this was winter 2007 paper. We have done all the questions from it on the topic of heat. So let's move to the next paper. Okay, the next paper is winter 2008 on your screen. And we are attempting the questions related with the topic of heat. So here we go. Okay. Question number. Okay, my dear students, this is winter 2008 paper and question 16 is the first MCQ on the topic of heat. A student needs a double-walled glass vessel to contain a hot liquid. What reduces heat losses by radiation? Who is stopping? What is stopping heat loss by radiation? That's the question. You see, we have space. Space means vacuum. Only, but remember, vacuum cannot stop radiation. Vacuum cannot stop radiation. What reduces the radiation? The radiation is stopped if the outside walls are very polished and they are silver in color.
D.
Then the heat emitted by radiation will be reduced. Vacuum cannot stop radiation. So what's the choice?
D.
D, sir.
D is the answer. Painting surface as silver. That's true. Because we want to reduce the heat loss by radiation. So radiation can be reduced if the outer surface is painted silver. So D is the choice. Winter 2008 paper, question number 17 on your screen. Okay. A thermocouple thermometer is made from two wires connected to a voltmeter. Which arrangement gives a reading on the voltmeter? Which arrangement gives a reading on the voltmeter? Temperature of the voltmeter colder than the hot junction. Colder than the hot junction, wire X. Same as hot junction, same as hot junction. Which arrangement gives a reading on the voltmeter? Oops. So in the diagram, he has shown a copper wire and the wire X. What should be the material of the wire X? It should be made of copper or it should be made of some different metal? It should be
Iron,
made
sir.
of some different material. It should not be made of the same copper. So iron is the choice. Okay. This is hot junction. What should be the other junction at? What should be the temperature of the other junction?
Colder than hot junction.
This is hot junction. What should be the other junction?
Sir, colder than hot junction.
junction, I guess.
Yes. It should be colder than the hot junction and the wire should be made of
So B
iron.
is the correct.
So what's the choice?
B.
What is the choice?
B, sir.
The choice is B. B for baby. Colder than the
Yes.
hot junction and iron. B is the right choice. It's a very tricky question. Okay, so here we come. Question number 18 is on your screen. Using an electric kettle, 100 gram of water at 100 degrees centigrade is converted into steam at 100 degrees centigrade in 300 seconds. The specific latent heat of steam is 2250 joules per gram. What is the electric power used? The electric power is heat divided by time. The electric power is heat divided by time. And heat will be M multiply L.
So D.
Heat will be M multiply L. So M is 100 gram multiply L, that is 2250, and divided by time, that is 300 seconds. And the answer will be, the unit will be what? So what is the choice?
B, sir. B for
baby. Yes, B. B is the right choice. You see, the power is equals to heat divided by time. And because there is a state change, the heat is M multiply L divided by time. And M is 100 gram. The latent heat of, the specific latent heat is 2250. Divided by time, the time is 300 seconds. So the B is the right choice. I hope you understand. Oops, it's a big question. I have to reduce the size. Yeah.
Sir, right
The
option
table,
क्या थी?
question number 19.
Question number
The
18
table
cancel
shows the increase in length of 4 metals when heated through the same temperature rise. Each metal initially has the same length. A bimetallic strip is made from 2 of the metals. When heated, it bends in the direction shown. Which metal produced the above effect? Okay. So we have a very tricky question. You see, the increase in length, who has the largest increase in length? Aluminum? Aluminum has the largest increase in length.
No.
You're saying no.
Copper.
You are saying no. Your voice is very low. Means it's very difficult to hear what you're saying. But you see, if you look at the table, the increase in the length in the aluminum is the greatest, I think. And then the copper, and then the steel, and then the platinum. Okay, that's the order of their increase in the length. So when you heated Try to understand this idea. When you heated the bimetallic strip, it bended downward. It bended downward. When it bends downward, it means the upper thing is expanding more and the lower thing is expanding less. The bimetallic strip bended downward. Look at my hand, like this. And when it's bending downward, it means the upper metal, what a X metal X, which is on the upper side, it is expanding more. And the lower metal Y, is expanding less. That's why it bended downward on heating. That's the theory of that thing. So metal X should be one which expands more, and the metal Y should be one which expands less. Okay, so what can be the choice? Metal X should be one which expands more, and metal Y should be the one which expands less. B cannot be the answer. C cannot be the answer.
It's
B
A, sir.
choice.
B, sir.
A.
B.
Platinum and steel. Platinum expands less. Platinum expands less. So D cannot be the choice. The right choice is A. Aluminum expands more than platinum. The metal X should expand more than the metal Y because it bended downward. You understand this idea? It's a very, very tricky question. Do you understand?
G, sir.
Okay, so the A is the choice. Question number 19, A is the choice. Okay, on your screen, when ice melts to become water, which force must be overcome? Ice, solid, converts into water. Which force must be overcome? Very famous name. Intermolecular forces. And what's intermolecular force? It's the attraction between one molecule of water with the other molecule of the water.
B.
So what's the choice?
C.
C is the right choice. The force between the molecules, which we call intermolecular forces. C is the right choice. Question 20, C is the right choice. On your screen, we have question number 21. Which factors increase the rate of evaporation of a liquid? Increasing its temperature? Yeah.
Yes.
Increasing its surface area? Yes. Increasing its depth? No. Increasing depth have no effect on evaporation. So
B
what's the
is the correct.
choice?
B, sir.
What's the choice?
B.
B is the right choice. Okay, G. So that was question number 21. The next question is on the topic of waves. So we have done the questions on the topic of heat from the winter 2008 paper. Okay, let's move to the next paper. The next paper is winter 2009. Winter 2009. Let me take out the questions. Okay. Okay, everybody. This is winter 2009 paper, and it's an MCQ paper we are attempting. And question number 14 is on the topic of the heat. That's the first MCQ, which is on the topic of heat. The diagram shows 4 cans in a cool room. They are painted as shown. One pair is filled with hot water and left to cool down. The other pair is filled with cold water and placed near infrared heater. The hot water, the hot water in the black can cools more quickly than the hot water in the white can. The cold water in the black can heats up more quickly than the cold water in the white can. Which row shows the reason for this? The reason is because the black color is a very good emitter of infrared, and black color is a very good absorber of infrared.
So
When
the
the
answer
thing
is A.
is hot, the black will be a very good emitter. When the thing is cold, the black will be a very good absorber of infrared. So,
A.
what's the choice?
A, sir.
A is the right choice. A is the perfect right choice. This question confuses many students. Okay, so don't forget this question. Okay, G. Next question. Question number 15 on your screen. To calibrate a thermometer without using another thermometer, fixed points are required. Which statement is correct? What are
B,
fixed
sir.
points?
B for baby.
Fixed points are ice point and steam point. So what's the choice?
B, B.
B is the right choice. Question number 15, B is the right choice. We need the steam point, and we call it the lower fixed point, and the upper fixed point, which is the steam point. B is the right choice. On your screen. It's too large. Okay. Question 16 on your screen. A block of metal has a mass of 2 kg. Its specific heat capacity is 800 joules per kg per degree centigrade. The block is supplied with a 2400 joules of energy. What is the rise in the temperature? When there is a change in temperature, the formula we use is heat is equals to mc delta theta. When there is a change in temperature, we use heat is equals to mc delta theta. The delta theta, change in temperature is the question. So if you make the delta theta subject of that formula, the formula will become delta theta is equals to heat divided mass divided specific heat capacity. Let me do this calculation. So, how much heat? That's 2400 divided by the mass, that's 2, and then divided by the C value, specific heat capacity, that's 800. So the answer is 1.5. So the change in temperature will be 1.5 degrees centigrade. So the choice will be C. What do you think? Do you understand this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay, so let's move to the next one. I hope you have understood. Okay, question number 17 is on your screen. A quantity of gas is trapped in a container by a piston exerting a force F. The temperature of the gas is raised while F remains unchanged. Which statement is correct? A quantity of gas is trapped in a container by a piston exerting a force F. The temperature of the gas is raised while F remains unchanged. Which statement is correct? The gas expands. Yeah. The molecules get larger. The molecules don't get larger. The piston remains in the same place. That is not possible. The speed of the molecules decreases. The speed of the molecule decreases. He says the temperature of the gas is raised. When you raise the temperature of the gas, the speed of the molecules should increase.
Sir, A.
So A can be the best answer. The gas expand. So A is the choice. Next question. Question number 18 is on your screen. Winter 2009 paper. Question number 18. The diagram shows a cross section through a rainwater puddle formed in a shallow depression in a road surface. So here we have a shallow depression, and due to rain, the water is collected in it. So it's a puddle. Over a period of time, the air temperature, wind speed, and wind direction all remain constant. What happens to the rate of evaporation of the water from the puddle? We have discussed this in the class also. What do you think?
Sir, A.
B.
The rate of evaporation should decrease. If all the factors remain constant, one thing will happen. When the water will evaporate, the level of the water will go down. When the level of the water will go down, if you look at the shape of the depression, the surface area of the water will decrease. When the surface area of the water will decrease, the rate of evaporation will also decrease.
सर तो फिर A सही है ना?
A is the rate of evaporation should decrease because the surface area decreases. So A is the right answer. The next question 19 is on the topic of waves. So that was winter 2009 paper, and we have done the MCQs on the topic of heat. Okay, now the last paper which we want to attempt is the winter 2010 paper. It's 1-2 paper we are attempting, and let's take out the questions, and I will try to do it very quickly because your time is getting over. Okay. Question number 13 is on the topic of heat, the winter 2010 paper. The variant is 1-2. Question number 13 on the topic of the heat. The tubes inside solar heating panels use the sun's radiation to warm water. Why are the tubes painted black? Because the black is a very good absorber of the infrared radiation. So what's the choice?
A, sir.
A is the choice. Black surfaces absorb radiation well. So A is the choice for question number 13. On your screen, we have question number 14. A liquid evaporates rapidly. Why does this cause it to cool? The reason is the molecules with the higher kinetic energy, they leave from the surface of the liquid during the process of evaporation. So the molecules which are left in the liquid have less kinetic energy. So the average kinetic energy of that liquid drops. So the temperature drops. So this causes the cooling effect. So what is the choice?
C. C, sir.
Some of the most energetic molecules leave the liquid. That is the right choice, ma'am. C is the right answer. I hope you have understood. Okay, so question number 15 is on your screen. Let me reduce the size so you can see the whole question. A hot liquid is poured into a beaker. The graph shows how its temperature changes as it cools towards room temperature. Because it's hot liquid, it's cooling. So what is happening in the cooling curve at the point X? The cooling curve becomes flat. Temperature is not changing. So what is happening there? The liquid must be converting into solid. So what's the choice? Which processes are taking place at the region X? The liquid is most probably converting into solid.
So, sir, D.
So the D is the choice. Solidification and evaporation. D is the right choice. Solidification and evaporation. This was a liquid which was cooling. So when the graph becomes flat, it means the state is changing. So the liquid is converting into solid and the evaporation is always happening. So D is the right choice. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Question 16 is on your screen. What is caused by the thermal expansion of a substance when heated? What is caused by the thermal expansion of a substance when heated? A decrease in the resistance of a tungsten filament lamp when switched on. If the when you heat, the tungsten's resistance do not decrease. Tungsten's resistance increases. A rise in the pressure of the gas trapped in a gas cylinder placed in hot water. Yes. When you raise the temperature, the pressure of the gas inside the cylinder will increase. That can be true. And the blowing of the fuse in a circuit when the current becomes too large. That can also be true. Blowing of what is caused by the thermal expansion of a substance when heated? A blowing of a fuse. A fuse is a thin wire, and when current passes through it, it becomes hot. And if the amount of current increases from a certain exceeds from a certain limit, it becomes too hot and it expands, and obviously it melts, and it breaks. That's how the electric fuse works. C can also be the answer. The blowing of the fuse in a circuit when the current becomes too large. That can be the answer. The upward movement of the air above a Bunsen burner when it is lit. The upward movement of the air above a Bunsen burner when it is lit. That happens because the air becomes air expands and it becomes less dense. So D can also be the choice. What is caused by the thermal expansion of a substance when heated?
B.
A decrease in the resistance of a tungsten filament lamp? No.
B.
A rise in the price of a gas trapped in a gas cylinder placed in a hot water? The blowing of the fuse. What do you think?
B.
B. Let me check.
सर मुझे लगता है D होगा.
मुझे लगता है B होगा.
Okay. This is winter 2010. 1-2 paper. The question number was which question we were doing?
Sir, 16.
That was question number 16. Question number 16. It was winter 2010. 1-2 paper. Question number 16. October 2010. Okay. He says D. Okay, the choice is D. The answer is D. Question number 16. D. The upward movement of the air above a Bunsen burner when it is lit. So the choice is D. Because the air above the Bunsen burner, when you heat it, it's not molecules. The gas, basically, the air expands. The reason is the molecules move away from each other. And due to this, they become less dense. The air becomes less dense and it rises upward. So D is the choice. We will discuss it later. Okay, but right now, just understand that D is the answer. Why the others are not the answers, we will discuss it later because the time is getting over. So I'm in a little hurry. So we will discuss it later, but the choice is D. Okay, remember that. The diagram shows a clinical thermometer. Which factors affect the sensitivity of the thermometer?
B, sir, B.
Is the diameter of the bore. Famous factor. Sensitivity depends upon the diameter of the bore. So B is the right answer. B is the right answer. One of the things G has mentioned in A, C, and D, the sensitivity does not depend on them. The energy output of a generator depends on its efficiency and the energy input. Which values is correct? So we have to calculate the efficiency in each case. And how you calculate the efficiency in each case? Output energy divided by input energy. That's the formula for the efficiency. So let's check. So the output energy is 25 divided by the input energy is 50. So let's see. The answer is 0.5. So A cannot be the choice. Okay. Output is 6 and the input is 30. 0.2. So B is the right choice, G. Do you understand? Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So the next question is the last question which we'll be attempting. And okay. So it's a question which is on little, you can see the different concepts. It's on a little different concept, but it also involves the energy. He says one radium nucleus decays. You have not studied it yet. Its mass decreases by 8.8 expo minus 30 kg. How much energy is equivalent to this loss in the mass? There's an equation in of the Einstein. It says E equals to mc square. E equals to mc square. You must have seen this Einstein's energy equation.
Yes,
E
sir.
equals to
मैंने पढ़ा
mc
है.
square. If I know the mass and I know the speed of light, that is 3 expo 8 meter per second. Just put these values in this formula and you will get the answer. Let me take out my calculator. And let me take out view. Let me take out the scientific calculator. Okay, now I have the scientific calculator. It says 3, what was mc square? M is 8.8 expo. This is the button for expo. No. Do you have scientific calculator? Anybody? Just multiply 8.8 with 9. Because when you take scale, it will be 9. 79.2. Okay. So, can you guess the answer? It will be the D. It will be D. The answer will be D. 7.9 into 10 to the power minus 13. The formula E is equals to mc square. 8.8 expo minus 13 minus 30. Sorry. Multiply bracket start. 3 expo 8 bracket close whole square. Just feed it in your calculator and get the answer. The final answer will be 7.9 expo minus 13 joules. So D will be the choice. So thank you very much, everybody. Today is 30th of October and 2020. The day is Friday. My name is Ferhan Mazher. Right now, I was with the 10 Cambridge class. Today, we have done from 2006 to 2010 MCQ questions on the topic of heat. So I hope that this video, this session is very useful to you who are preparing the topic of heat from the Physics 5054. So thank you very much. Have a good day and God bless you all.